Okay, now for the next one is, I don't know if many of you heard the last podcast. I did upload a bad version of that, or an unedited version of that last week. The YouTube version was the edited version, but pretty much everything that hit the podcast airwaves was unedited. I was able to get it changed or re-uploaded or whatever, but a bunch of you downloaded it. Several thousand of you actually downloaded the unedited version. Most of the feedback was good on it. I do kind of cuss at myself through these a little bit. Sometimes tell myself to edit that out or whatever, and kind of self-edit myself as I do these podcasts, and you got to hear all of that. But because of that, some of the messaging in there didn't come across because they weren't edited versions. So that's all been fixed now, and I encourage you to go back and listen to the Memorial Day special. But one of the things I introduced there was a new segment, and it's kind of similar to Casey Kasem's long distance dedication back from American Top 40. You can look that up and understand it, or go back and look at the podcast and you can hear all about it. But I actually wanted you guys to start writing in, and somebody actually did already because it's really cool. And the name of the segment is Lawn Care Changes Lives, What's Your Story? And basically what I'm asking is that you write in and tell me, how has lawn care improved your life? Caring for a lawn, tending for someone else's lawn, helping someone else out with their lawn. What has lawn care done that has made your life better outside of just having a nice grass and dominating your neighbors? And I know that those are out there because I get stories like that all the time. And our first one comes from Mark M., and Mark is from Morganville, New Jersey. And he and I have actually emailed a few times over the last several months here. So really great that he wrote in, and he's got a great story here. I mean, some things that he is facing even now. I mean, they're just things that I can't even imagine. So let's hear from Mark. Ready? Alan, I just got done watching one of your breakout YouTube videos on lawns across America. Lawn care changes lives. What's your story? And I really wanted to let you know what tending my lawn has done for me and continues to do for me. My background is primarily finance since 1982, so yes, I welcome all of the numbers and analysis that come along with applying products to the lawn and calibrating equipment. After working for other companies for 9 years, I became a business owner in 1991 and have owned multiple businesses in different industries since then. I left the finance industry back in 2008. My wife and I downsized our home after one of our two sons went off to college in 2010, and we currently reside in that same house. The last business, which I started back in 2009, I sold in the summer of 2016 and was planning on taking a year off, researching business opportunities down in Florida where we have vacationed for the last 25 years. So Mark had his life set up, worked hard. He's an entrepreneur, very successful in those years, learned a lot of things. He's older than me, for sure, Mark. And as his kids started getting older, he's like, man, we can start looking now to the future, and we've been vacationing in Florida for 25 years. Let's look to retirement. I mean, how many American families, that's their dream, and that's what they're doing. They're getting to that point where like, yeah, we can start to look now to retirement. Let's continue. Mark says, I had a plan, but that plan was unfortunately sidetracked when back in May of 2017, I was diagnosed with a rare form of incurable non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I went through intense chemotherapy treatments throughout the rest of 2017 and then began immunotherapy treatments in January 2018. And those treatments will come to an end in December of this year. Fortunately, I have responded well, resulting in my going from stage 4 disease to one that is in partial remission. My oncologist is very optimistic based on my response that even in partial remission, it is now very possible for me to keep my levels in check for upwards of 15 to 20 years. This guy's hardcore, man. He's a fighter. Back to the house and property. The house we bought in 2010 had an original exterior dating back to 1978. I mean, everything was original, from the single-pane storm windows to the roof, and a lot of the interior utilities were quite outdated. The plan was simple: start, build, sell a business within 5 to 10 years, and then make Florida the permanent residence and home to a new business venture, while all along not putting too much money into our current home. However, with my getting sidetracked and not wanting to leave my team of doctors and nurses here in New Jersey, we have remained in the house to this day. Last year, we decided, for various reasons, that the plan had to change a little bit, so we redid the entire exterior of the house. I mean, everything is brand new. As far as the lawn was concerned, I really did not give it much attention until last year. The house has an antiquated sprinkler system, which I have yet to turn on, so I use hoses along with the impact sprinklers. By July of last year, we now had a beautiful home with a very crappy-looking lawn, which constantly got a weekly scalp from a landscaper. I wanted complete curb appeal while at the same time knowing I had to get in the best shape, both physically and mentally possible, in order to continually battle my health situation. I thought that in addition to walking around my neighborhood a lot, there would be no better way to enhance my exercise program by taking on a lawn project, one which encompasses 15,000 square feet, a project I knew nothing about, where to start, and what to do. So he's getting through it. He's got exercise. He's got 15,000 square feet. If you've never handled a 15,000 square foot lawn before, I can promise you, especially if you do what I tell you to do, which is mow twice a week, you will get exercise from that. Mark continues, thankfully, after doing my diligence, I found your YouTube channel. I binge watched your videos over and over again, taking in as much information as I could. I purchased your Cool Season turf plan and reread that numerous times. I laid everything out in spreadsheets and so began the project. From killing off at least 1/3 of my crabgrass-infested lawn with quinclorac in the middle of August, to renting a Ryan aerator in the beginning of September, to buying the correct fertilizers and next products, and to overseeding a ton. I followed everything you suggested and had amazing results. Within 2 months, my lawn looked phenomenal. Right there, guys, anybody can do it. There is absolutely no excuse. So he goes on and he talks about a lot of the equipment that he purchased and everything, and here's where he comes up. He says, I actually purchased a Fitbit in the beginning of last year. It's a great device that monitors everything from caloric and nutritional intake to steps taken and miles traveled each day to even sleep patterns. This device, coupled with my lawn maintenance project, really helps me a lot. A full day in the lawn yields 5 miles. So how has lawn care changed my life? With my situation, it has helped me get into great physical shape in order to keep up my perpetual battle against my cancer. I believe I am in the best physical shape right now than I have ever been in my entire life. It has helped me out tremendously, not only physically, but also mentally. Attitude is everything. And trust me, it was not easy dealing with my health situation on a mental basis in the beginning. Over time, I had come to accept my fate. But being in the lawn has really helped me to de-stress anything and everything. I find it incredibly relaxing and look forward to spending an entire day or two in the lawn per week, sometimes 3 days. Enjoy the mow? Absolutely. And I enjoy it once every 4 to 5 days with earbuds and playlists that last me the entire day. Getting rid of weeds? Sure, a good blanket spray was necessary for my hairy bittercress infestation, but I sure do enjoy just walking the property and casually hand-pulling some other weeds if possible from both the lawn and rock beds. Finally, there is nothing better than sitting back on the patio overlooking a beautiful backyard lawn. I'll tell you what, you got to realize, we talk about enjoy the mow, but imagine if you were faced with the opportunity or the possibility of death. In the case where they tell you it's non-curable, you'll sure start to enjoy the mow more, won't you? You'll still start to enjoy those nice evenings of looking at your back lawn and looking at what you've done and the accomplishments that you've made. I don't know. That's incredible. So, Mark, thank you so much, man. I can't even, like, I tried to just feel like what it would feel like to, I've never faced anything like that ever in my life. So I don't know, man. I just think it's incredible that you have overcome that. I mean, now your doctors are telling you you're beating it and it's in partial remission. That's freaking crazy, dude. So I know why you can beat the lawn, because you beat cancer. Anybody that can beat cancer, they can beat problems in a lawn. So, Mark, thanks for writing in. If you guys would like to write in and also share with us how lawn care has affected you in a positive way or others around you in a positive way, please type it or handwrite it and send it in to me. I do like to read the physical note. I think that's part of the process there. Send that to me at 8955 U.S. Highway 301 North, number 206, Parrish, Florida, 34219. 8955 U.S. Highway 301 North, number 206, Parrish, Florida, 34219.